So I'm calling all change agents, and that would be you if you are watching this video. I want to welcome you to Imperfect in an Uncertain World, Resources for Living with Authenticity and Purpose. So in this section, our session, I really want to talk about change agents. It's those people and groups that propel us into the future in dynamic and flexible ways. They're the ones that see a situation and say we can't do it. They say, how can we do it? Sometimes we get caught in words. We forget the power of words. And as an author, I really understand the power of words and how words can be misconstrued. The same word may bring hope to someone while being unsettling or disturbing, even frightening to another person. I believe that change agent is one of those phrases. At any point in our life, we can be the change, or we can sit on the fence, unsure and afraid of the steps that we really need to take to move from uncertainty to transformation. Now, you will seldom see a change agent standing still. If they're constantly, you can almost see their brains working, even if they're sitting down. But they don't move haphazardly either. They see potential and act upon its act upon its possibility. It's not that they're not afraid. A change agent feels fear just like everyone else. They not so much go around looking for possibility, but they're open to possibility. They're not so much courageous and unaware, but they're courageous and very aware of the fears that they have. And when they happen upon an opportunity, they use their courage and curious daring to find that new way. They are adaptive and creative, and that's really the foundation to what I'm going to call their transformational superpower. Now, do you want to be a change agent? Do you yearn to use your superpower to transform yourself and the world? I would say that there are 5 key awarenesses that really sometimes, if we're not aware of these things, we get hung up on our fear and don't have the courage to move forward. So the first one is to really be aware of any resistance that you feel about the change or about a new opportunity that is presenting itself. So what's really going on with that? And that might take a little bit of discernment, sitting quietly to really begin to understand that. Next, it's you consciously seek what triggers resistance in you. So you're aware of your triggers and you're consciously seeking them so that you better understand them, so that you can find ways to minimize their impact in your life. The third goes hand in hand with the first and the second, is that you acknowledge how the triggers and the subsequent resistance sabotages you. So how is it holding you back from really being that change agent, from being the person that sees potential and possibility and moves forward in their life? The fifth is when opportunity knocks, you do a quick check on what triggers are being flipped. You breathe in calm, and then you act upon it by responding in some way, no matter how small. So maybe you don't think that you can do the big thing yet. You're thinking about moving and you don't want to move across country right yet because it really scares you. What you do is ask yourself, what is the one thing that I can do to stretch my comfort zone a little bit so that when it's time that I can actually make the big move? What I will say is that you may find these suggestions easier to follow at certain times in your life. Or you may get stuck in your triggers most of the time. You know what? There is no right way to do this. Not everyone was born a change agent, but we can all learn to be change agents. Sometimes it just takes another person encouraging the movement into opportunity for our inner change agent to awaken. Sometimes that person needs to be objective. And so I'm going to just briefly talk about being a life coach through intuitive connection. So that sometimes is the job, the task of a life coach. To help you, I will help you name your resistance and the patterns that keep you stuck in those patterns or get you stuck in that resistance. I will help you identify your triggers and their symptoms, because sometimes we don't recognize our triggers until we recognize their symptoms. I will help you create strategies really to minimize the impact of your triggers. And then I will strategize with you and guide you through your life plan and really through the creation of a life plan that has you living your dream. I will tell you that we all have the makings of a change agent. Sometimes we just need a little nudge to be it. So I want to thank you for listening to or watching this video on being a change agent. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Check out my website, intentandaction.com. Follow me on Facebook. But most importantly, find ways to really nurture your change agent abilities, your superpower. Have a great day.